Hello children and welcome back to our English class. This is your English teacher Sonu Kumari and today we are going to read the poem Maps written by Dorothy Brown Thompson. Children, this poem is written by Dorothy Brown Thompson, an American writer who has written more than 2000 poems. Through this poem, she pays a tribute to maps. There are different kinds of maps that hold the keys to the unseen, unknown world of adventures waiting to be explored. She shows how something that looks simple and humble, like a map, can be powerful and exciting. So let's read the poem stanza wise. The first stanza: high adventure and bright dream, maps are mightier than the scene. So in this stanza, the poet says, maps are not only diagrams on papers describing the physical or political features of countries. They are also means of exciting us to seek adventure through travels, or at least dream of visiting exotic places, even if we are unable to visit them. I hope you all agree to this, because every one of us have a dream to have an adventurous trip, and we can plan our adventurous trip only with the help of maps. Now let's move to the next stanza. Ships that follow leaning stars, red and gold of strange bazaars. In this stanza, children, the poet has tried to focus on another important role of maps in the lives of human beings. So the poet describes that how important the maps are for the sailors, because the sailors rely on maps to guide their ships to distant lands across seas. So maps play very important roles even in the lives of sailors and for ships, because in the times before the invention of maps, when the maps were not in existence, the sailors were dependent upon the stars to guide their ships. But now it is very easy for them, because they can reach to the exact place with the help of maps. Now let's move to the third stanza. Ice flows hid beyond all knowing, plains that ride where winds are blowing. So in this stanza, the poet says that maps direct us away from the dangers of icebergs in the polar regions. They enable flights to fly through safe areas. Now let's move to the next paragraph. Train maps, maps of wind and weather, road maps taken all together. Now in this stanza, the poet talks about different kinds of maps and says that there are maps that guide us about railways, to guide us for train travel. There are maps that shows roadways, wind and weather, which guide us in our road travels to move from one place to another, which guide us about the movement of the wind and the condition of the weather. Now let's move to the last paragraph of the poem. Maps are really magic wands for homestaying vagabonds. For this paragraph, for understanding the meaning of this paragraph, children, we need to know the meaning of vagabonds. What is vagabonds? Vagabonds are the people who love to travel from place to place. Vagabonds are the people who travel from place to place, who move from place to place. So in this stanza, the poet is trying to say that maps act as magic wands for the people who love to travel from place to place, because by just looking at the maps, they can easily be traversed from one place to another through their imagination, right? The poet says that maps are like magic wands, as a person staying at home can be transported to distant lands through his imagination by just looking at the maps. So this was the poem Maps. I hope you all loved it. In the next video, I'll come back to you all with the exercises and the question answers of this poem. Till then, goodbye.